It's 2 days after National Lipstick Day, and now's when I'm doing my video. Hi, I'm Makeup Maria from Miami. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, I'm a huge Lisa Eldridge fan. Check out my playlist to look at my longtime obsession. Today we're going to compare some of Lisa's latest lipstick releases. I purchased 2 luxurious lucent and 2 insanely saturated. I purchased Je ne sais quoi, Wonder Wheel, Strawberry Shock, and New Wave. Today we're going to focus on the insanely saturated lipsticks because that is what the viewers want. So I'm here to deliver, hopefully. And then I have a bonus comparison that I'm doing just for me. So that sounds good. Stay tuned. First, the Pro-Choice Minute. You may know Norman Lear recently had his 100th birthday. Who is Norman Lear, you ask? He's a hugely influential TV and film writer and producer. He's best known for his 1970 sitcom All in the Family, Maude, Sanford and Son, One Day at a Time, The Jeffersons, and Good Times. He has created some episodes live in front of a studio audience. Recently, he did All in the Family with Woody Harrelson and Marissa Tomei. You can watch those scenes on YouTube. Anyway, in June, Norman Lear talked about working on recreating an episode of Maude, in which she discusses getting an abortion. The episode is called Maude's Dilemma. It originally appeared in November 1972, 2 months before Roe v. Wade made abortion legal in the United States. I hope it happens, and that he can adapt it to today's reality. As he did in the 70s, it's bound to start necessary conversations about reproductive rights in this country, and I'll link information below. Also, I want to send out a quick kudos to Marlena Stell, aka Makeup Geek. I'm sure many of you know her from YouTube. She was talking about her miscarriage and how the Texas laws impacted her reproductive rights. She did a YouTube video about it in October, and just recently she's been on CNN. I think it's really important that she's talking about that because it's coming from someone who I don't believe has strong feelings either way in the issue, but still was impacted by the laws. I think that's also bound to start some important conversations. Back to lipstick. I'm currently wearing Lisa's Je ne sais quoi, which is a luxuriously lucent, and I topped it with McCrean's active filler to keep my lips plump and ready for the swatches. We're starting with Strawberry Shock. Strawberry Shock, one of the potential dupes is Revlon Fire Ice. And when I started to look into Revlon Fire Ice, just to find out where I could purchase it because I hadn't heard about it, there was so much history that it was really fascinating. Apparently, when it was first advertised in 1952, the ad was considered revolutionary because it acknowledged that women wear makeup for themselves and not men. So that ad, by the way, was created by a woman, of course, which should not be surprising because back in the 20th century, red lipstick was a sign of power and strength, specifically during the suffragette movement, which campaigned for votes for women. Teen Vogue also, who often kills it, by the way, published an article about it. In the article, the founder of one of the dupes that you will see later mentioned how different the relationship is to red lipstick for women of color who were excluded from the movement. Her name is Sharon Shooter, and she has a lipstick line called Badass Icon, which features lipsticks named after and inspired by notable Black women. So link below to the article and comment if you want to see a review. Editing Maria here. I messed up when I said the person quoted in the Teen Vogue article was the founder of FEMPOWER Beauty. Blair Imani, an award-winning educator, best-selling author, and influencer, collaborated with FEMPOWER Beauty to create one of the potential dupes. More on the shade later. Okay, so I actually have 2 potential dupes for Strawberry Shock. I have, as previously mentioned, the Revlon Fire Ice. Well, first, let me show you, reacquaint you with Strawberry Shock in case you haven't seen it lately. It's a beautiful red, pinky, it's a gorgeous color. So I'll do a little swatch here on my hand. Okay. So one of the dupes, as previously mentioned, was Fire and Ice, which it also looks a little reddish, orangey, pinky, but I'm thinking for me in my light here, it's looking a little bit more blue. Oh man, it's so close. It is so close. The texture is different too. Okay, so this one is Strawberry Shock and this one is Fire and Ice. Okay, and then the next one that that's a potential dupe for it is the Tom Ford Vermillionaire. And this is also a beautiful reddish, orangey, pinky color, which, you know, it's just a great color. Now put this one underneath. Okay. So this one at the bottom, at the top, is the Tom Ford. In the center, we have Strawberry Shock. At the bottom, we have Revlon Fire and Ice. I'll get a little closer so you can take a look. Honestly, with this camera, I think they look pretty similar. I think the Strawberry Shock, looking at it from here, it looks a little bit pinkier than the other two, but let's put them on my lips and we'll find out. Take this off. Okay, and let's put on Strawberry Shock on this side. Where's my trusty mirror? Strawberry Shock. And then Fire and Ice on the other side. Okay. So, from what I can tell, Fire and Ice is a little darker. But you know what? It's pretty darn close. I think that if you want more of a traditional red lip, the Fire and Ice will work beautifully. If you want something a little less traditional with a little tinge more orange, then the Strawberry Shock. But it's pretty darn close. I don't think anyone would know that I'm wearing two different lipsticks. Okay, so now I'm going to add, I still have Strawberry Shock on this side. I'm going to add the Tom Ford on the other side. So let's see how this goes. So I think I should probably touch up the Strawberry Shock a little bit, just because it's dried down a little bit. So I'm going to do that so it's a more fair comparison. Okay, so they're different textures. I had some lip balm on the Tom Ford side, so that changes things too. But as far as the lip color, it's pretty close, I have to say. Like I said, the Tom Ford is a little lighter, a little thinner. Strawberry Shock is insanely saturated, and it lives up to the name. So that's it. Okay, so the next Lisa Eldridge potential dupes is for the New Wave Insanely Saturated. Now, if you saw my last video, you know that I'm obsessed with purple lipsticks because of a NARS lipstick that I had purchased a long time ago. And I had a little bit decanted in a pot that I used for the comparison, and I actually like the NARS better. And since then, I've actually found others that could be dupes, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch them and let you decide what you think is best. So here's the New Wave swatch on my hand. And next to it, I'm going to do the famous NARS. I purchased a new one because I had to. That's the color. The packaging is similar. It's not similar in the sense that this one's dark and it's a square, but it's also magnetic. So I thought that was interesting. So I'm going to swatch that next to it. So the bottom is the New Wave and the top one is the NARS in the color Silva. The next one that I'm gonna show you is MAC, and it's Rebel. Again, a kind reader mentioned it. Look at that, gorgeous. And then I swatched this in the store, and this can be applied lightly. Ooh, look at that, very similar as well. So all of these purple lipsticks. So the MAC is on the top. Okay, and last but not least this is the dewy and the matte side of Smarter Lip Sets by Blair Imani, and this is in the color Ubuntu. I'm back. The purple shade Ubuntu is about an ancient Bantu philosophy that requires us to acknowledge everyone's humanity through mutual respect. It translates to, I am because you are. FEMPOWER Beauty. Okay. And I think we'll do the matte side first. Oh, we're talking real purple now. The matte, I'm going to do now the dewy side next to it. Yeah, the dewy's a lot lighter, which could be a top or two. Okay, so the FEMPOWER Beauty, thank you to my daughter who recommended that one. And then MAC, and then NARS, and then New Wave. Did I get that right? I hope so. Okay, so now let's try them on my lips. Okay, just to speed things up, I put New Wave on the right, and I'm gonna try the MAC on the left. Here we go. Well, you can definitely tell the difference. The MAC is more purple. It's dark, and I think that if you have a light hand with it, you could get a similar color. So, but they're both beautiful, but you can definitely tell the difference. And I'm seeing more of a purple for New Wave today. I don't know why, but not on camera. On camera, it definitely pulls red. So that's MAC and New Wave. Okay, now the next dupe is FEMPOWER Beauty, my daughter's recommendation, and I'm gonna stick with the matte side because the dewy side is too dewy to compare with the Lisa Eldridge. So let's try. Okay. So I like this comparison because it is very different. It's obviously not anything near the color. But for people who love purple as I do, I mean, you'll know right off the bat that this may not be as purple as you want it to be, you know. So this is a true purple lipstick, and it's gorgeous. And I have to say, I didn't think I could wear it, and I think I like it a lot. I may end this video with this lipstick because I like it. This is FEMPOWER Beauty, next to Lisa Eldridge. Last but not least, for the purples, I'm going to do NARS. Even though you guys saw it for my last video, I think I just bought it, and in case the color or the formulation has changed, we'll both find that out. We'll all find that out together. So again, New Wave on this side, NARS on this side. I like the point on this as well. Okay, so there's NARS Silva on this side, Lisa Eldridge New Wave on this side. So I mean, I think it depends on your style, you know, what you're looking for. I think they're similar though. They're definitely similar. On camera, it's hard to tell. But if you prefer a purpley version, then NARS is the lipstick for you. If you want something that's more muted, more pinky, purpley, reddish, then Lisa's for you. Okay, so lesson learned. When you're trying on lipsticks, leave your purple swatches for last because my hand is now stained and my lips are a little bit stained. So anyway, here's the bonus content. I wanted to do a dupe for Wonder Wheel because I think I have something that just might dupe it. If you'll forget, Wonder Wheel is one of the insanely it's luxuriously lucent. And it looks very orangey on camera. It's a lot more pinky orangey in reality. So let's just do the right hand. Keep consistent and do the right. Right side of my face. Oh, whatever. Okay, so that is the Wonder Wheel Luxuriously Lucent. And so I have on hand Gucci Mae Coral, which is a beautiful color. I think on camera it's definitely looking more orangey. So, and it's so funny, in real life it looks to me very pinky, so. Okay, so the consistency is also very different. The Gucci is more of a kind of like an insanely saturated type of texture. So it's maybe not a fair comparison as far as a dupe because the pigmentation is different. But when it comes to the color, it's pretty close. What do you think? I like them both. I really do. I'm glad I have them. I think that what I've learned is that I think maybe I do like more pigmented colors, especially, of course, on camera. So that's Lisa Eldridge on this side, Gucci Mae Coral. Lisa Eldridge is Wonder Wheel. Okay, so the lighter consistency is the Wonder Wheel by Lisa Eldridge. The thicker consistency is Gucci Mae Coral, and I think on camera they look pretty identical. Not a dupe because they're different consistencies, but they're both very similar colors. So some final thoughts on the dupes. I think the best dupe is the Revlon Fire Ice for Strawberry Shock. I think that it's a lot more affordable and it's pretty darn close. It's a little bit more bluer, but it's pretty good. Tom Ford is also very close, but of course it's super expensive, so, and the consistency is a little bit different as well. As far as my purple favorites, I think that they're all very different. I think it depends on really what you're looking for. If you're looking for more of a reddish purple, the Lisa Eldridge is good. If you're looking for more of a true purple, the NARS or the MAC is good. And then if you're looking for something super duper purple, which I have on, it's the FEMPOWER Beauty. And I think that what the deal is, you know, a lot of these luxuriously lucent colors I will use on a day-to-day basis, but on camera, I think the insanely saturated and the more powerful colors are what come through. As far as the Gucci, I think that that's another super close one. They're about the same price as well, and then the Gucci formulation is more similar to the insanely saturated than the luxuriously lucent. Though I have to say that if I had seen this comparison ahead of time, I might have not purchased the Lisa Eldridge since I already had the Gucci. Again, I do prefer the luxuriously lucent for day-to-day, so I have to take that into consideration as well. So that's it. That's my wrap-up on my Lisa Eldridge comparisons, dupes, not really. What do you think? Let me know if there are any other dupes that you want me to try out. Don't forget to keep up the pro-choice action and wear sunscreen. Like and subscribe.